Now that you have your triangle laid out and your holes drilled for the T's, you're going to cut the triangle from your board. So over here on the miter saw, we now have this turned to 30 degrees. From 90, moving over 30 degrees leaves you 60 degrees for the angles of your equilateral triangle. So you're going to position your board on here, and you're going to check the saw teeth that they'll follow just outside of your line on the waist side of the board. Make sure you're firm against the fence to the table. Here, since the blade's moving to the side, we want to keep our hands well clear. We're going to use the clamp to help hold this down. So you just slide this clamp onto your board and twist this, and it creates friction back here and locks everything in place. So now we can just loosely place our hand on the board, make sure we're well away from that danger area where the blade travels. We're going to plunge down through here and then slide back. If you let the saw stop before you lift it out, you get the cleanest cut and the less work to do on the sander later. So now we have this edge cut, we have to cut this edge, and we have to make our second triangle. To cut this edge, we're going to transfer this mark around to the other side of the board. So I'm going to use my square, and I'm going to line it up on my mark and transfer it down the side of the board. And then I'm going to line it up on that line and transfer it around the end. So now this mark right here aligns with that mark right there. So now I can use the same settings on the saw. I'll slide this under the clamp and position my blade so that it's going to hit that mark. Clamp my board down nice and tight because there's really nowhere for my hands here. And then again, I'm going to plunge through and slide back. Now I loosen my clamp, and you can see I'm just outside of my line there, which is okay. We can clean that up later. So I have the first piece made. This has me halfway to my second piece. So this angle is already what I need. I just need to cut this angle to make my triangle. So again, I want the sides to be 7 inches. So I'm going to measure from that point across 7 inches and mark right on the edge of the board. Then I'm going to slide this in and bring it over until it lines up with the sawtooth. And then I'm going to tighten my clamp. Now for this cut, there's plenty of wood for me to hold on to out here. If your board's shorter, you might not be able to do that, just like for the previous triangle. But there is, so I'm going to put my hand out here just to feel more secure. When I do that, I put my right hand out here, and now I cut with my left hand. What you want to make sure you never do is have your arms crossed here, trying to cut with your strong hand and hold with your other hand, because now your arm's in the danger zone. So I'm going to hold here. I'm again going to plunge and then slide. So now I have my second triangle. That'll be the bottom half of my puzzle.